I just want to show you guys what I've been up to. I'm building the new setup. 8 feet long, 6 feet tall, and 2 feet wide. It should hold just over 1,000 of my 2.5 inch square pots. Right now it's upside down, but I'm slowly working at tin foiling the hole inside of it, and what I'm using is this super glue that is actually intended for foil. It's like 15 bucks a can, but it seems to work pretty good. And I'll just do a big section that I can, and then I go and take aluminum tape and just fill in the gaps. So I got the holes for the cooling fans in each level, but it's taking a lot more time than I thought it would to get this built, so I'm hoping it'll be built in the next week or so. It just depends on how much time I have. But I'm also using the really good tin foil. It's thicker stuff too. It doesn't rip as easy. It's a little bit harder to get the wrinkles out. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm sure it would wrinkle a lot more if I used the thin stuff. But just thought I'd show you guys what I'm up to. Each level is going to have the option of having 3 lights instead of just 2. The lights are good for a 4-foot section, but what I'm thinking is if I wanted the option to put one in, then it's going to be there. If I wanted the option to have a fan running, and they're going to be on thermostats, it's going to be there. Same with the shelves. I got they're going to be heated, and I'll show you guys that when I get to that step, but I didn't think it would take this long to build. It'll give me a little storage underneath too. Just keep in mind this is upside down. It gives me a little room. I can put some trays or whatnot underneath. Just some extra space. But it's pretty much the same size as what I got going now, except for it's just a little bit wider and taller. I did 21-inch shelves top to bottom. Just extra little leeway, and I'm gonna actually put doors so far up that will reflect the light back in too, so it should actually give more light inside, and just have them hinged so I can open them up, just because I was worried about the depth, because right now it's fairly easy to water my plants that are at the back of the shelves, but when you add another half a foot on, it might get harder, so I wanted the ability to open them up. But just thought I'd give you guys an update on what I'm doing, and if I get some time, I'll shoot a couple more videos this week. Alright? Well, I actually got further than I thought today. I got one whole shelf done, except for the wiring, and I wired up temporary one of the cooling fans. And actually, for an 8-foot shelf, you can actually feel it down at this end, no problem. But I put the 3 lights in, and I'm gonna have them coming out this way towards the top of the shelf, right? You have to remember this is upside down right now. But taking a lot more time than I thought, and it's even aluminum taped on the back side of the support legs. You want as much reflective surface as you possibly can. So I've done everything except for the bottom shelf, which is going to be 2 layers, and it's going to have a heat mat in between. But definitely going to take a while. Even on the ends, everything's got aluminum tape. Same with the other end. So it should be nice and bright. Now what I'm doing, because I'm putting the 9 light fixtures in, 3 per shelf, and more than likely I only need 2. So the middle one, and same with all the other ones, are going on to the light sockets with the pull chain. That way I move plants outdoors for summer or into the greenhouse when I get that done. Well, that way I can turn the lights off from the actual light socket instead of putting a light switch in for all 9 lights, which I don't plan on using all of them, but it'll give me the option later on if I want. Now what I'm gonna do, more than likely, is for all my seedling stones, I'll probably run all 3 during the summer, and then probably just 2 during winter. But it gives me the option. So every shelf is going to be able to turn each light off if I want. They're all going to run off the same timer. Just trying to think ahead. That way it gives me lots of options. Same with the fans. Each shelf is going to have its own fan, which is actually nice and quiet. And I'm going to actually have them on their own light switches. That way, okay, if I'm not using the 2 bottom shelves, I can just turn them off and leave that one on. Like, they're all going to be run off the same thermostat, but that way I got the option to turn them on and off if I want. Same with each shelf. When I get the heating in, they're all going to be run off their own individual thermostat. I got some reasons for that, and I'll go into some detail with that when I get to that point. For now, I'll go inside and give you an idea on why I wanted to put the lights this way. Alright, so we're back inside, and you can see which way I put my lights in. Now for this little 2-foot setup, it works fine, but this light bulb is actually good for a 4-foot area, which to me is a complete waste if I'm only doing like an 18 by 2-foot area. So on the other part of the setup, which I'll try and show you, I have them facing downward, which is probably 4.5, 5 feet, which is fine for this, but to me the ideal way was to mount it the way I am in my new setup. And if it doesn't work out good, I can just use that for a junction box and wire in another one and have it facing down or whatnot. So that's my idea. Alright, I'll try to give you guys an update video probably sometime by the end of the week, and hopefully some other stone videos.